Hey everybody, it's me, Johnnie Lynn with Creative Design. How are you doing today? Today we're going to do a military wreath, and it is a U.S. Navy wreath. It's right here and right here. I'm sorry. That is what we're doing. So I wanted to show you how I do the wreath forms for that I get from the dollar store when I'm using the dollar store. So let me kind of put you down, and I've got one that's sort of pre-made, and I want to show you what I do. So let me put you down. Okay, can you see? All right, that looks pretty good. So it's right here. So what I do is how I call it. This is the outer ring, this is the inner ring, and you have your little brackets here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, even them out. Can you see? Let me make sure. And I'm going to twist around this first and second outside rung, and then I'm going to bring it under and go around the crossbar. And then I am going to twist like so. Okay. Then I'm going to go around the first and second of the inside rung on the crossbar. Going to twist and go underneath, come around, and twist again so that I know that these are on nice and tight. Then what I do here on the inner ring, watch this. I'm going to take this and I am going to make it tight, and I'm going to twist real tight so that I know I could go a little bit tighter. You may want to bend them a little bit so that you know it's tight, so that this doesn't move, okay? It's a little tight working, but that's the way I do it. And I put one on the second and third rung in the middle of that one. I need another. Okay, so once again, let's do that one. In the center of on the second and third rung, we're going to squeeze tight, twist like so, and it's nice and tight, and we bring it around. Okay, so that is how I do a Dollar Tree wreath, and it's very easy to do. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 on the crossbar, so 6 on 1 and 2, and 6 on 3 and 4 on the outside ring, and then 6 on 2 and 3. Okay, so you've got outside ring 1, 2, inside ring 3, 4. That's how I do it. Okay, it will make it very simple for you. All right, so let's get started. I cut my ruffles, or my mesh, I should say, and I cut them at, let's see, I don't even remember. I cut so much mesh today, at 20 inches, okay? Between 18 and 20 inches, okay? And what I'm going to do, I'm using this deco mesh. It's got a little of the burlap line in it, and it's the navy blue, and I did get this from Deco Exchange, okay? And I really like it. It is going to make a nice presentation. And what I'm going to do, I cut my ribbon tails, all of them at 13 inches. Now, I did get my red 2.5 inch from my wholesaler, Sims, and I got my other ribbon from my other wholesaler, Silks and Crafts in Baton Rouge, okay? So, you can go there and purchase without having a license, okay? You can do that. So, and what I'm doing, all I'm doing is on the inside and outside, I'm putting the navy blue mesh with the burlap lines through it on those. And then in the middle, where I put the white, I'm putting the white mesh there. And it's a border mesh that I got from Deco Exchange, a white border mesh. Now, this border mesh does have a little of the shiny to it, the very end, the iridescent, I guess. And I'm alternating the ribbons. All my 2.5 and 1.5 inch ribbon is all cut at 13 inches. Okay. Now, and I meant to alternate, and I didn't. And what I do is I alternate the ribbons, twist 3 times, like so. Okay, just like this. And I cut. All righty. Cut, and after I cut, I bring it and tuck it under. And it makes a nice little, you can't really see it. And I do the same here. Twist. And I like to make sure it's twisted about 3 times, y'all. Okay? All righty. Now, I have this. I'm very excited about it. One of the reasons is that my husband was not only in the Navy, but he was also attached to the 3rd Marine Division. My husband actually could wear either uniform. He could wear the Navy uniform, or he could have worn the Marine uniform. And he was a corpsman, and he was a year in Memphis, or 2 years we were stationed in Memphis. And then he got orders, and they told him he would have to go back to a form of another basic training because he wasn't sure, because they were attaching him to the 3rd Marine Division. And with the Marine Corps, a lot of people don't know it, but when they get their checks, and a lot of the grunts, as we call them, and the Marines call the Navy squids, a lot of them basically the corpsmen had to go back to Marine camp if they were attacked. So he had to go back to like a boot camp, and that was basically for field corpsman training and with the Marines. And he was basically with the Marine Corps at boot camp, and they were, so he said that was rough. A little bit different than the Navy thing, but anyway, he got out, and we were not sure if where he was going, and we were really, because it was during the time of Vietnam War, and we were quite concerned that he was going to Vietnam, because and that was in 1970. No, 1971. And we were a little nervous about where he was going. We were married, and we were stationed in Memphis, Tennessee. And he was on the base and at the hospital, the base hospital. So he got his orders, and we lucked out, and he was on an unaccompanied tour for a year in Okinawa, Japan. Now, it was an unaccompanied tour, and I did check. I found out that a lot of the doctors had their wives there. And I said, well, I'm going to check to see if I go. And Danny says, oh, you can't come. I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me these doctors are on an unaccompanied tour, but their wives are there? He says, well, yeah, they live off base. I said, well, I'll live off base. He says, yeah, but I don't know if you can. I said, well, I'm going to find out. So guess what? Johnny Lynn called the Pentagon. That's right. You know me. I called the Pentagon. And so I found out that I could fly to Vietnam. And I also found out while my husband was there if he could live off base. He said yes, but in the event of an emergency, a lot of people lived off base in housing, but they are recalled back to the base, like for hurricanes and stuff like that. So I thought now that the Navy would not really actually pay for the ticket, but I could get the military discount. So I went through the Navy base and I got my ticket. And it was expensive, but of course we didn't make much money back then. But so I said, I'm coming, get ready. So we got there, and unfortunately, I don't know, let's see how long I was there, but it was during the time of revision. And I don't know if y'all knew what revision is. Basically, revision was it was a time when Japan, we were giving Japan back to the Japanese, okay? And it was a little, a lot of the people wanted it, and some of the people didn't. So it's a little sticky situation. But I lived off base, and then guess what? A hurricane hit the island, and that little booger, you know what it did? It circled the island for 3 days. It's like circled it, came around, went across the very northern part, which is very good because was the mountainous part of Okinawa, and it's not very long, Okinawa. And basically, then it went back out, sat out there, and then came back and hit the southern part, and then scooted back out again. But my husband had to go back to base because he was a corpsman, and they had to be on base for the hurricane. So I was alone in my apartment for the hurricane with all of the doctor's wives. So, but that's all right. We were okay. We didn't care. So, but anyway, we had a good time. And then my husband, I think I left early October. And the reason I left in October was due to the fact that I was expecting my first child, my son Ryan, and yes, and at that time, revision had taken over, and Japan now owned Okinawa. So I can proudly say that, well, not proudly, but as a joke, say my son was made in Japan. How's that? So, and so I came home, and then my husband soon followed. So it was nice to have my hubby home. All righty. So it's been a busy week. I'm sure y'all read my post, and that's why I'm on tonight. Well, I was planning on going on tonight, but I'm going to do several lots because I've got to get all these wreaths made for hopefully for Etsy before I go and get them all boxed up. So in the event that someone would like to purchase it for their dad and also for the 4th of July. If you have not, I would appreciate it if you would visit my Etsy page. And if you have, I will have the U.S. Marine Corps sign that I'm waiting on. I have the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, and I have all of them. And then I have, let me show you, I'll show you when I'm done. I have the veteran, the one that has all the different seals on it with the eagle. And that's for all branches of service. I will be doing that one as well. So, and they will be on my Etsy shop, and I want to get them all done this week. So I will be live during the day this week. So please join me. I would appreciate it. And if you would like, uh, you can iMessage me with your email, and I will be more than happy to add you to my email list. So, but anyway, getting back to when we were in the service, we were in Memphis, Tennessee, after we got married. Because when he first went, we weren't married yet, but we had dated. He was gone for quite a, let's see, he had to go to boot camp first, and then after boot camp, we got in Memphis, and then we got married. So we got married in 1970. He went in 69. So, no, but I enjoyed the service life. It was, it was very, the camaraderie, is that how you say it? I'm not very good with my speech sometimes. That's the Louisiana accent, I guess. But anyway, we stuck close. The families, I guess it was because that's all we had when we were in Okinawa was our military family. And we were very proud of the service and the men who served for our country. Um, Let me tell you, military life is not the easiest life, gang. And if you've ever been in the military, you know that at times you cannot be with your family, and it's a lot of dedication to our country, our armed forces, y'all, because let me tell you, a lot of you have ancestors that have lost their lives fighting in wars for this country. And although I may not have approved of all the wars that we fought in, but I still supported the men and women who served in our country. And so you have to be very proud of them. Now, my husband, which I should call him and tell him to bring, my husband makes the shadow boxes with the medals. So if you have a husband that was in the service and you have a copy of your husband or wife's DD 214, and you would like a shadow box made up, and the reason he needs a copy of the DD 214 is to get all the medals that the person in the service uh, had awarded to him or her. And so you have, and he will order them and he will make the shadow box. And he would, if you want, and also a picture of your loved one that is in uniform if you have it, or if he served on a ship or whatever you want other than that, he will put in it, or he'll come up with designs and he'll be going back and forth with you to determine what you want inside the shadow box and what's available for the service and what he did in the service. So he does do the shadow boxes. He loves them. He's very proud to do them. What we ought to do is the next one he has, I ought to just put it up on Etsy and just put one up and on my page and have them make it. But once again, it's going to be determined about how big the shadow box is. Now, what he does do as well, he has, like for my son, which is a shame because it's just a wooden box. If you just want to, he can help you. We don't mind helping people. If you want to go ahead, he has places where you can get the wooden boxes, and he can get your medals for you or tell you where to get them. And for them if you'd like to give them a gift. And what better thing is to put his medals in a nice box and also have a wreath. If he has a man cave and he served in the service, this would make an awesome decor for the for his wall. And if you want certain types of, if you have an idea of what you want, I can split it up and change it around and we'll be more than happy. So if you're interested in a wreath for the military, let me know. I will be more than happy to work with you. I can make a use that sign and we can also put, well, it's been one heck of a day today. Let me tell you what happened. All right. First of all, I had surgery scheduled for tomorrow. I'm sure everybody that listens knows that I've been having terrible problems with these horrible, horrible headaches and in my neck and stuff like that because I have degenerative disc disease. And I had corneal transplant, which aggravated the transgeminal nerve, and then it went to the transgeminal nerve root, which then also affected the neck and everything else. But the neck I knew was bad. I kept putting it off, putting it off. Well, come to find out, most of the headaches were from the neck. So I had a scheduled surgery for the tomorrow game. And, I went Friday and I got Thursday or Friday, I got all my blood work. I think it was Thursday. And come to find out, I have a whopper of an infection. And it's in the blood, and well, it's the bladder infection. And it even showed up in my white blood count was real high. And of course, the urine specimen showed that it was a whopper of a bladder infection. So what do you do, gang? Huh? What do you do? So anyway, I may have to redo this sign, bring it out. And so anyway, they rescheduled it for not this Tuesday, but the next on the 29th of June. So, gang, I will be having surgery next Tuesday. But I'll be all right. And then Thursday, my husband was supposed to go in and he has AFib really bad, y'all. I mean, my husband's 70, going to be 72, and I'm going to be 70. So we're no spring chickens, okay? But, we do fine. We don't complain. But, so we get a call today, naturally. They can't do the shock treatment that they were going to do because they did the stress test. I think it was Thursday or Friday. The stress test came out. Of course, they did an EKG, and it was so off the chart. It was AFib so bad, so they were to go in, knock him out, and stop his heart and restart it to try and get it in the right rhythm, right? Well, guess what, y'all? Evidently, his stress test came back so bad that now, instead of Thursday having the shock treatment, they're going in and they're going to have to do an angiogram to check for a stent, and so that's our history, y'all. This week has started off with a bang, but guess what? I'm still smiling. There it is. I'm still smiling, so I cannot complain, gang. Although I'm not eating, I find myself now. I did eat something today. I'm very pleased with myself. I ate. It was so good. Winn-Dixie makes the turnovers, and I just love their turnovers. And I had a cherry turnover, y'all. It was so good. I just loved it. So so that's what I ate for breakfast this morning. Okay, let's get this up like so. You've got my Navy sign, like so. Bring this around like this. And I don't like the sign like this, y'all. It's just not the way I want it. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to cut this and I'm going to redo it and bring it to the outside. And I'll show you how I do it. Okay? Oh, let me twist this. Now, I will tell you, I think I got this from, it's a 10-inch wooden sign, and it says proudly made in the USA. And if you want it, it says love and laughter wooden signs is what it says. So, but I did get this through Craft Outlet. So, but it's made by Love and Laughter. So you can make, if they don't have it, you might be able to get it through the actual place that makes it. So, I don't know how many you would have to order. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Oh, okay. All right, I'm working on a game. Okay, let's get this sign out and let's put it on top of the mesh. It's just not working this way. Okay, I need 2 pipe cleaners. Now, I did drill a small hole on the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and let's do it this way. But other than that, this week is going to be all rain, gang. So at least we didn't get affected by the storm. All right, we're going to bring this out like so. Okay? And I'm just going to work it through the mesh like this. And I'm finding that crossbar because I want it on that crossbar so I can tighten it down and just kind of let it sit on top of the mesh and lock it down. Load and lock, as they say. Lock and load. Can't even say it right. Lock and load. All righty, there you go. I've been quite a few places. One place I definitely want to go, y'all. I want to go to Wyoming and Utah. I want to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That is supposed to be an awesome place, y'all. And it's up in the mountains, so I want to go up there and see Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I want to travel the mountains and the Grand Tetons and all of those mountains and Yellowstone. I haven't been there. Yeah, I have been to the Redwood Forest. And I don't know if my husband's been there. I have to ask him. But that was awesome. I really enjoyed the Redwood Forest. Straight up and down, okay? Just like so. And go and wrap it around this crossbar right here. Wrap it around and tie it in. I got to show you this brush I have that I use to clean up my shop with, y'all. I have 2 things that I just love that I clean my shop with. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with them, but it's a broom and it's like a brush that I use to clean off my table and when I sweep and push the dirt into the dust mop. I'll show you what I use. It's a horsehair brush. I think they carry them at Home Depot and Lowe's, and it's a really nice brush. So it really gets everything. I mean, the glitter and everything. Show it to you. Okay, let me take some water. I'm supposed to be drinking a lot of water. I have a hard time drinking fluids. Okay. Now, we have to decide where I'm going to put this bow. And you're going to take it, and I like to bend it like a bird, make bird wings. Okay? It really presents better when you make like little birdie wings. Okay. Now, I went ahead and I made my bow right here. Now, what you can do if you prefer not to use the bow on the wreath, that's fine. What you can do is you can use the bow on your mailbox. Right here is the bow. You could put it on your mailbox. It's a pretty good ribbons in this bow, the linen ribbons, and they're really nice bows. About 14 inches, 14 inches in all around. Okay, so you've got a nice bow here. All right, so we're going to put it on, and I think I'm going to put it at the bottom, gang. Bottom center, right here. All right. Go ahead and get it through here. And I will put this on my Etsy shop this evening. And if you want, I'll put a picture of my husband's shadow box. Matter of fact, my husband in his office, he has a wall with the shadow boxes on it. And he has his father's, he has his grandfather's, he has his, and he has my son's as well. So it's really nice. It makes a nice presentation. And if you have a military family, this would make an awesome gift for someone in the military. Either this wreath or the shadow boxes. Okay, there you go. So we have this wreath. And let me turn around and twist it underneath here. Make sure it's on here well. All right. There you go. In here. Like this. You want to push it inside the wreath so it doesn't scratch your customer's door. We're going to twist this, and I'm going to pull it on the inside to curl it like so. You go ahead and bring it in. You curl it. All right. Then you find the beginning, and I bring it to the inside and curl. And that's how you get these curls. You're going to twist like so and curl. Okay? Just like that. And you can either dovetail your ribbon. Now, what I've done, some of these are dovetailed and some of them are on an angle. When you do an angle, let me just show you real quick so that you can see the angle. I do the angle to where, for instance, I have the two yellow tails here. Notice the angles I have going from the inside to the outside. I have it like that on an angle. So the longest part is on the outside and the shorter part is on the inside. And I just cut off a little bit of the ribbon and we'll pick it up and we'll get it in here. All right, just like so. And there you go. All right. Now, depending upon what you're going to hang these on, y'all, I'm a big proponent when it comes to hanging up certain things. I love command hooks. This wreath does not weigh that much, so therefore a command hook would, I usually use the 3 to 5 pound command hook, and it works very well. And hang it up and on the wall or on the door because they're easy to get off. Okay, here you go. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put this on the center here so that All right, all I'm doing is making a loop here. All right, and the other way. Do it this way. Make sure the nice one, and I'm bringing it through, and I'm just going to go like this and bring the loop and bring it through, just like that. And that's how we are going to hang the wreath, just like so. And it's not supposed to come loose because you're supposed to twist it well. And we have the hook. How's that? Let me go ahead and raise you up. All righty. Let me see where we are here. All right. There you go. We have our nice wreath, a military wreath, and it's the Department of Navy, United States of America. There you go. How's that, y'all? You like it? I think it came out very nice. All right. I appreciate you joining me this evening. Have a good night. God bless and take care. Bye bye.